rather than having to go to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen because you're staying at whatever the fuck hotels. It's in front of like
Whether
Caesar.
I think whenever I think of like Vegas and the buffets at the hotels, I think of Vegas Vacation, where it's like, do you want
The
like
blue or the
bed?
yellow?
Yeah, like yeah, get out of there. It's a cruise ship. God damn it.
Yeah, and the crowd is slightly cruise shippy, but at the same time, there's different like so like where we stayed, it was like same location as where Usher does his shows, and there's a sports book. So like the action was abound. And honestly, we were there at the tail end of Labor Day weekend, so people were still DJing gambling from college football, but it was still a party. But then you go to the next location, it's a little more refined. It's like fucking like Louis Vuittons everywhere. And then
Yeah,
you go to the next place and it's like, hey, do you want me to put this cigarette out on your neck or in the carpet? Oh, we're inside. So that's kind of it's cruise shippy as fuck. But at the same time, you can eat really well, you can have a lot of fun, you can make or lose a lot of money. I didn't lose a lot of money. I'm not a big table game guy. I spent a lot of time in the sports book.
you got to have a lot of money to be a table guy, really.
Not even that. It's just like there's cheap places you can spend $10 a hand and things of that nature.
Yeah, but
But
that's
this,
not fun
yeah, like
because
I would
you
just
lose
rather
it.
go watch 8 screens of football.
Yeah, yeah. Real quick though, I mean, I haven't been out to Vegas since like it's been like 16 years. So can you still smoke lung darts on the floor?
Most places, yeah. Some places may tell you no, but
That's
most
hilarious.
places, yeah. Um, yeah, I think pretty much everywhere they're gonna let you do what you please. I brought the weed sponsor for that event. I took their pins down, and there was nowhere I didn't smoke it. And obviously, you just break them up and put them in your cart, your dop kit. Allegedly, that
Oh,
is the best way to get you across the border. But at the same time, either way,
yeah.
uh, it was a big fucking time. I'm goddamn exhausted. I probably got diabetes and the gout, but we'll check it out when we go see the doctor after food and wine.
Yeah, you're about to get another gout filled week.
Fuck yeah! But at the same time, it's for a good cause, Chris, and it's the
Great
some of the
cause.
best. It's some of the best events of the year. We start off with Dining Under the Stars on Wednesday. For those that are listening, tickets may still be available. I think they had like 2 left yesterday. Um, but it's a dining under the stars with like high-end chefs from around the community, all doing one dish a piece and doing a 6 course dinner. And then on Thursday, it's when we really get our feet wet, and it's at a new event. It's called Shakes and Breaks, and this is all put on by Colorado Restaurant Association. You can go to denverfoodandwine.com to get tickets. But Shakes and Breaks is a you vote on the best food truck and the best cocktail. And it's all you can drink, all you can eat from all of the food trucks and all the cocktail mixologists that are participating. So it's literally just a big ass fucking party. And
I can't wait.
yeah, exactly. And then on Saturday, I have a wedding I have to go to in Estes, which will be fucking fun as well. But at the same time, if you're in Denver, there's a lot going on. But the apex is the Denver Food and Wine Grand Tasting with 50 restaurants, Chris. Wolf's Taylor, aka Kelly Whitaker and the team, Penelope and Knockers from Yan Wan Tan will be there.
Yeah.
Chef Roz from Lucina, who we had on the pod last week. Fucking A plus list of restaurants that are participating.
Is
Chef Jared Fogarty from fucking Chef Royalty, the Cannabis King. He is also going to be participating, not infusing anything, but he's still going to be out there showing off his genius. And if it's anything like his those little lollipops he did for us for our episode, everyone's in for a goddamn treat.
isn't Samosa Shop gonna be there?
Dave Hadley's gonna be slinging the dankness as well. I mean, there's so many fucking aces up there. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like speaking with Denise, I mean, it's a great food event, and I know there's a lot of other stuff going on, but I believe this has to be the only event where you're actually making a difference in our local community lives. Like you're literally providing a service that's later going to benefit people here in our community and the people that we love because they serve us food.
Okay, here's a date night idea, Chris. You get the tickets to the grand tasting, you run through that midday, you wear a nice little little summertime dress, little after Labor Day vibes. You can wear shorts and a pair of shoes and a casual collar. And then you get the Westward Music Showcase tickets because everyone knows the Flaming Lips are only going to play from 9:30 to 11. So you're not actually going to miss anything unless you're actively trying to go see the exact same bands from the Underground Music Showcase. So that's how you do it. You parlay them both into an epic fucking Saturday.
Dude, I think if you got a hinge date, you can even take them and show them how badass you are by taking them out to the community and showing them what Denver does.
Dude, that is such an expensive first date doing that.
Well, maybe not a first hinge date, maybe a second or a third.
Yeah, third hinge date. That's fair. Where
For all you third hinge daters out there, hop on this.
But if you've gone out twice, you've either, done some hand stuff. So by the third one, you're probably getting a little, under the pants.
So to speak.
In some capacity. If not,
I think he's rounding third.
If not, you may be in Utah and just visiting for the weekend, and that's cool too. You can soak. We don't judge. But at the same time, that is not a bad idea for a third date.
Yeah.
The opportunity for closing would be much higher if you're able to go eat and drink all day with your significant other and then take them to a badass concert. And that goes either way. Girls, y'all don't be shy to make the first move. Guys love a girl that's in control. That's how Morgan's in charge. Yeah. Okay, so we've done pretty well, Chris. I think we've covered just about everything we were trying to recap. We have a kick-ass guest joining us, Chef Kyle, from the recently, as you're listening to this, opens tomorrow, Pirate Alley, the famous po' boys, the sandwiches that were being slung out of an alley. They've got a location at 1801 Wynkoop. We sat down with them to talk about, the path, the journey, and how he got there. We apologize for the episode being cut short. We have audio issues, especially with our fucking recording equipment. But that's the Stoned Appetit difference, is that we always leave you wanting a little bit more.
And also, quick note for those interested in some of the Westward food truck profiles, my next food truck is going to be a hibachi food truck. I'm not going to tell you what one, or if you may or may not know it, but I'll be dropping that article this week on a hibachi style food truck.
Food Truck Fridays is becoming a very fun trend, Chris, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I got to meet Chef Red from Taste Buds after you kind of made that warm introduction, and we're gonna have to get him on the pod because he's a hoot and a holler, and they're serving up dank ass food over there too. Perfect stoner snacks, and you're doing just hardcore reporting, and I'm excited to see it. And then obviously, Chris, one last thing before we let folks go. Speaking of new food trucks on the scene, there's also going to be a new cannabis brand on the scene, and you'll be hearing more from them in the coming weeks. But let me put this little plug in there: Bud and Mary's.
Love it.
That's it. If you want to know where to grab great smoke, shoot us a DM. Obviously, we love our friends over at Standing Akimbo, Seed and Smith, our friends at Callie's, Veritas, Dab Oleo, I Crusher. We're having a lot of fun, and because of what you're about to hear in our next interview, we got a really cool dinner profile coming up to y'all with a new concept for you. So stay tuned, and here we go. Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.
And we are stoked to have a friend on the program this week. We're talking, I'm going to call it Southern Good Eats. I don't know exactly where the chef comes from, Chris, but
we'll get to that.
Oh yeah, we'll get dirty into it. We have Chef Kyle Foster from Pirate Alley, Denver. Those that may know him as the Po' Boy King of Colorado.
Too kind.
Yes, thank you. That's Kyle's voice back there, but I gave him that title right before this episode. So while he may be blushing, it is truthful. cool. We're going to talk about it. His restaurant, Pirate Alley, they just opened up this week as you're listening to this episode, and they're not only serving up dank ass sandwiches, they're creating some nice nostalgic pieces of the Cajun country, as well as they're fucking around and finding out a little bit of the Turkey of the Wolf kind of style to it. So there's a little bit of flair, a little bit of that classic play, and all of it is dank as hell. And we had to get to know, the man behind the dankness, and also tell the story to all of our listeners so they know why they should be rushing down here to try some of the great food.
Yeah.
Chris, you ready to get this party started?
Yeah, these are snazzy digs as well. I enjoy this spot.
Yeah, so for those that are wondering, 1801, where is that? It's next to Ice House Tavern. They actually share a building, but you go through the main entrance, like right past Rodizio Grill. You'll see the little flare in the windows, all the Pirates insignia and things of that nature. But they're also attached to this big-ass gnarly cooking school that they also will be teaching classes, perfect date night opportunities, things of that nature. It's fucking perfect place to grab a Sammy before a 1:10 start to a baseball game. It's I love this spot. I'm in love with this sandwich spot.
Well, let's dig in.
Let's dig in. Chef, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, you say that now, but you're in a couple minutes, you're like, why the fuck did I do this? After a long day on the line, you're going to be really pissed.
Yeah, we'll see. It was an interesting day. It was our first soft opening, and had a few people come in and got, the wheels turning and started cooking and have a few things to tweak, but it's good to be back at it.
Couple stress tests before we get into it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, and before we go any further about this whole Pirate Alley jazz, let's ask a really important question. Are you a transplant or a native to Colorado?
I am a transplant, moved here from Miami 12 years ago now. So I've been here for a bit, not like a newbie transplant.
Right. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
His Subaru's a 2005.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah,
200,000 miles on it, crushing it.
Been here a while. Yeah, it's not the new one.
When someone recommends Hanging Lake, he looks at him like, psh, I'm not waiting to hike.
So what brought you out here from Miami?
From Miami. I had some really great friends I worked with in Miami at a restaurant called Tallulah, kind of one of the first fine dining restaurants I cut my teeth at after culinary school. They moved out here. They said, oh, you'd love Denver. Come check us out. Come check us out. I was like, yeah, sure. That restaurant in Miami unfortunately closed. They said, hey, come to Denver, live with us a month, rent free, figure your shit out. And I said, okay, cool. Took what would fit in my car. I'd never been to Denver before, didn't have a job, I just had a place to stay. Drove out here, and a lot of good has happened to me since then.
Same.
Yeah, I kind of drove out here on a whim too. I slept on a couch for a few months, and then that was 12 years ago as well.
Nice.
Great minds all think alike. I mean, obviously Miami's a little different scene than where we came from. We were maybe running away from things, whereas you were just looking for a change of lifestyle. What made it that the culinary world was something that you wanted to keep a constant, despite transitioning everything about your life out to Colorado?
Yeah, I mean, the culinary world has always been a part of me. Food is a huge part of my life. I've been working in restaurants since I was 15. Grew up kind of at Grandma's apron strings in the kitchen, kind of helping her out in the garden, and food has always been a passion of mine, something I love and I'm good at.
I will agree to that. You are very good at it.
So you grew up in Miami as well?
I moved kind of all over the place. Born in rural Indiana.
Casserole country.
They call that the Miami of the Midwest.
Yes.
The cream of mushroom.
The cream of
US.
mushroom, the tater
Capital.
tots, yes. We could talk about hot dish casseroles. Yeah.
We will. We love to patronize those redneck fucks. As two rednecks that also cook with butter, we love them. They are us, just with worse football.
And not as hot women.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe.
I don't know the Midwest that well. Okay, continue on. I apologize.
Popped all around. Lived in Chicago for a little bit, Detroit kind of as a kid. Moved to Central Florida for a good chunk of kind of middle school, high school years. Went down to Miami for college. short little stint in culinary school, stayed there and just worked. Yeah,
Okay.
so Florida for a big chunk of my life.
Yeah, and then you came out here and started working in. You worked in a few different restaurants, didn't you?
Yeah, came out, just wanted to see what the scene was about, staged at a few.